Hey guys, welcome to Point Hacking. We're in Panama City right now, and I'm going to take you through how we generate tons of frequent flyer points at very little cost. And that lets you travel the world in style, be it more flights flying economy or flying in style if you're a business traveler. There's two things I'm going to take you through. One is how to cycle credit cards and score all the big bonuses. That's very, very easy to do, very quick, and also very inexpensive. The second thing I'm going to take you through is probably less known, and that is how to arbitrage the system. Between the airlines who have sales on points and second-hand points sellers, there's a huge opportunity to arbitrage your award flights. So in that section, we're going to take you through it. But first, let's talk about credit cards because everyone should be cycling credit cards. There's plenty of websites like Point Hack. I believe they do both Australia and the USA, but just about anywhere you are in the world, you'll find this insight for free. They tell you all of the credit cards with all of the sign-up deals available right now. So let's take a look at this one as an example. This is an ANZ deal. The credit card is completely free for the first year. It's going to net you this enormous amount of points. 75 bonus status credits as well on Qantas, which is huge if you want to hit frequent flyer status. Now you can see you've got your 1 Qantas point per dollar spent, but on top of that, what you can't see here is that you're getting 75,000 points when you hit the minimum spend criteria. So what's the minimum spend criteria? Well, in this instance, it's $2,500 on eligible purchases in the first 3 months. Pretty much, if you can get this credit card, you are already spending $2,500 in 3 months. It's easy. You need to pay your government fees, your taxes, your petrol, your Christmas presents. It's that time of year again. $2,500, making the spend you're already spending is nothing. So really what they're doing is giving you 75,000 points, and that can take you a long way. Right now I have about 250,000 points on the way to me. That's a mixture of that ANZ card you see just there, a Westpac card, and a Amex card with Qantas. And the total cost to me for all of those is around about $200, something around there. In fact, the ANZ card I signed up to was completely free, and I needed just one purchase of any money on it for about 60,000 points. Actually, that might have been Westpac. I lose track of it. Anyway, a lot of people think that having multiple credit cards is a bad thing for your credit score. So we dived into that, and it's actually not true. Having multiple credit cards that you have paid off and not missed a payment on is excellent for your credit score. And there's a whole heap of references we can point to. But do your own Googling. Always do your due diligence on this sort of thing. Don't just believe a guy on the internet, no matter how much he smiles. Now, one little thing I'm going to crowbar in here, I wasn't originally going to, is Qantas and other airlines are always running these partnerships. And if you read forums, Ozbargain, Point Hacks, Flyer Talk Forum, any of these, they're going to tell you when these really good point hacks come up. This one here is offering 10,000 frequent flyer points just for setting up an account with IG and making one trade. So what most people are doing, set up the account, deposit money into it, make the one trade, sell the one trade, and take your 10,000 points. This has cost me 16 Australian dollars to get 10,000 Qantas frequent flyer points. It's an absolute bargain. It is points for nothing. Now the other thing we're going to go into is arbitraging with second-hand vendors. Now, arbitraging is the balance between two parties, effectively. Finding that sweet spot which really works for you. Someone will probably write to me telling me that is not the correct definition of arbitrage, but it is close enough for this purpose. So the way it works. Now there's a number of websites out there where you can search for the cheapest award flights for where you're trying to get to. Ideally, you've already got the points in the bank, but for a lot of us, particularly us frequent flyers, that might not be possible. And there's a couple of different ways that we can go about getting the points when we see a really sweet deal. Like, for example, right now Qantas is running 50% off award flights on certain routes. Effectively, it's half the cost. So that's a bonus already. When we look at the second-hand point markets, we can generally pick up miles for, we'll find it here in a second, I think it's around about 1.6 cents per mile. And quite often, the airlines will run promos around Black Friday, Christmas, whatever, where they sell their points at a discounted rate.
Now, one example of this we've just picked up with Life Miles. They're currently running a 2-for-1 special, which means for $330 US, we'd normally get 10,000 points. We're now getting 20,500. And why that number is important, I'm going to show you now. Now the flight, we're in Panama and we need to get to Cancun. A one-way flight on the 14th of December is currently 954 Australian dollars, which is an outrageous fee for a 2-hour flight. But when we go to Life Miles and we look at the cost of taking a point flight on that date, it's only 10,000 miles. Now come back here, that means that both myself and my partner can get to our location for only $330 US plus a few taxes. It's a fraction of this $954 and there's plenty of availability. So that's just one little example how we've got exactly the same flight we were going to, but we've been able to cut 70 or 80% off the price. And these sorts of deals are available all the time. You just need to be looking for them to take advantage.
Guys, the rest of it's in the blog. Make sure you're reading joshstraw.com. Sign up, subscribe. There's a whole heap of stuff we're going to talk about, not just travel, but everything that we've learned doing life a better way. If you've got any comments, please leave them below.